All right, great to have you here once again, guys. Welcome to this project on singly linked lists for the C language. It's a pleasure to have you here, all right, to learn together, to solve these tasks together, you know, to learn programming. That's what I do here in this channel. If you are not subscribed, kindly subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, all right, to keep us going. We keep doing this daily, right? So, uh, first things first, like this concept, please look through these resources, look through them, these resources provided. Please take your time to go through them. It's very important you do that. Go through these resources, all right, go through them. So once again, these are general requirements for this project. Okay, I believe this should be familiar by now. You have your readme, then your code will be tested with Betty, then you have your that's called Pucha, which is you don't want to take this, it will not be taken into account. Main.c, then you have your header file here, which is the list, all right, list.h. Don't forget to push that file and all that. So these are the requirements. Look through, all right, to time and again to ensure that you are abreast with the requirement. Okay, so this is it, guys. Like we have always done, we go through the quiz questions together to give you a hint on how they were solved if you have not actually done that already. Okay, so we are going to look through that. But before then, let's look at the concept. What are singly linked lists? What are they? All right, I prepared something here. I said singly linked list is a type of linked list that is unidirectional. That is, it can be transversed in only one direction from head to the last node, which is the tail. So to have some visuals about what we are talking about, let's see this. Okay, from Geek for Geeks here, they said it is the simplest type of linked list which every node contains some data and a pointer to the next node of the same data type. All right, just some few seconds will be out of here. We will not solve all the tasks, so please stay right there, don't go anywhere, please. Here, these diagrammatically represent what we'll be talking about. You have the first node here is the head. Okay, all right, then this is the tail. All right, the tail is called the null. Then you have this this arrow which are nests, which connect one node to the next one. All right, and they are unidirectional. They point in the forward direction. Take note of that, because that is different from what we have here, double linked list, because these ones are two bidirectional, two ways. You have next, previous, they go bidirectional, go forward, back, forward, front and back movement. That's what they do. These are double linked lists. All right, I believe you picked maybe one or two things from here. Okay, so I'll go back to this project right now. All right, so that's what we have. The resources are there in case you need further knowledge on that. You can just go through the resources. They are going to help you learn other concepts. All right, like we have always done. Again, please don't go any. We are going to solve all the task questions. If you look through here, we are going to solve them like they are all checked. All right, don't have to emphasize that enough. Till the end, we are going to solve all the task questions. Okay, so let's look through what we have here. Let's look through the quiz questions. We've done this like more like a routine. All right, so what's the head of a linked list? What's the head of a linked list? It is the first node, like we saw from the image I showed you from the website Geek for Geek. Is the first node. Is the first node. That's the head. Then the next one here. What's the tail of a linked list? All right. You could say it's the last, but here they gave us another definition, which is also similar to what you would be thinking. Is the node with the pointer to the next equal to null. All right, I told you it points to null. All right, you could say it's also known as null. All right, then array versus linked list, select all true statements. All right, these are the true ones. We can add element indefinitely to a linked list. Array can contain value of a structure. Then linked list can contain as value as structure. Then we can easily remove an element from a linked list, and memory is assigned for an array. Each element are back to back in the memory. So these are the true ones. The third question says, in a linked list, singly linked list, what are the possible directions to transverse it? Like we saw from what I showed you in the website, it's transverse forward, unidirectional, and it goes forward. All right, next to the next node, just like that. So what is a node? It's a lot of possible answers. It is a structure with a pointer to the next node and value information. And again, it's a space allocated in memory. So that's that. I believe you could pick something from there. Or peradventure you haven't done this quiz, I believe this should provide some guidance to help. Right, I'm just going to hide this right now as we proceed. Okay, we're going to proceed to start solving the task questions one after the other. Please, this is the time to get serious. I want you to pay rapt attention here so that we get it right once and for all. So I'm going to restore this down, so this is what we have here. Okay. All right, let's start from here. So I'll just go ahead to get a terminal. Get a sandbox rather. All right, I'll paste that SSH. I'm going to be using git bash, so I'll paste that there, then I'll copy the password, come back and paste that too. Okay, paste that. All right, we are in. So the next thing I will do right now is to ensure I'm in the root. I'm just going to cd/root, hit enter. All right, that has been done. So I'll close this, then I'm going to move into this low-level ALS low-level programming. So I'll do cd. Let me be sure I'm copying the right thing. Okay, come back to my terminal here, ALS. I'm going to paste that, I'll hit enter. Okay, the next thing is to create this directory, right guys? I'll create this directory. Okay, copy that, come here. Of course you should remember your mkdir make directory. So I'm going to paste the name of the directory. If I hit enter, it's going to give me this error message that this file already exists. All right, that means I have that already. All right, I've created that already. So if you did that for the first time, you are not going to experience this like this error message. So what do I need to do? Just going to cd into that singly linked list directory. So if I do cd, all right, you see I'm in already. I'm inside the directory here. You see, I'm inside that directory. So the next thing I'm going to do is, of course, to start creating each individual file, starting with readme, my header files, and all the required files. That's what we are going to be creating right now. All right, I believe you are following. Let me expand this a little. All right, I believe you can still see this. All right, let's proceed. So the first one will be readme. So I'm going to do vi readme.md. Right, do vi readme.md. So if I hit enter, all right, so this is the content I put into this readme file. Okay, you can go ahead to put in each questions for the individual tasks from 0, 1 to compile everything in your note and put it to the readme. We'll be doing that, but for the sake of this video, I'll just have this content inside my readme. All right, just this content inside this readme. So you go ahead to put yours. Once you are done, you do your escape column WQ. I'm just going to quit because I'm not saving right, not saving again. So hit enter. That means a readme file has been created successfully. All right. So after that, after creating the readme file, the next file I'm going to create immediately now is the header file, which is the list.h. So I'll do vi list.h. That's our header file. So if I hit enter, of course, this pumps up. I have this content here. How did I get this? This is our if not defined linked. Define linked. There you have our header. Then you have your comments. Comment for this, the syntax for C comments. Then you have your prototype. These are just prototypes gotten from here. All right. Where the prototypes we got it from each, they were given here in the tab. All right, this is the first one. Okay, so you can just combine these and put in a notepad and paste them here. This is the next one. So the prototypes you see here, they were gotten from here. This is the next. This is the next prototype. This one prototype. Okay, this is the next one here. Alright, this one. Yes. So that's how they were compiled to give us this. Okay, to give us this. So you put in these prototypes into the header file. Once you are done with that, you can go ahead and do your escape column WQ. But I'm not saving again. I'm going to just use column Q to quit. If I hit enter, it's going to bring me here. So what I want us to do right now, please, once you enter each file, ensure you check Betty, because at the end of the day we are going to be compiling our files with GCC. Please listen attentively. If your file failed the Betty test, it's not, your code might not check, because it's going to give you error when you try to compile the file. So what I'm going to do now is to do Betty define name, which is what, list.h. So to run the Betty check on this file, so I hit enter. All right, it's checking. You see, it returned this without any error. That means this file is Betty compliant. All right, so I've done that. So after creating that file, I'll go ahead and create the others. So the next one after my header file, the immediate next file I'm going to create is the one here. All right, 0print_list. So I'll just go ahead and copy the file name using Ctrl+C. So I'll come back here, I'll do vi, I'll paste that in, that file name. I'm going to paste that, hit enter. All right, this is the content of this file. All right, this is the content. Okay, I don't want this video to be too long, a lot of things to learn. So this is your header, including these headers, this is your comments, this is your codes. All right, so you have this is your function name, returning size underscore t. Then this is your argument, your parameter. If node is 0yh, you have your if statement. If this is exactly none, or print this, print this, then increment node, then you return node at the end of the day. So this is what you have for this file. Once you are done with this, by the way, I'm going to drop the document of this the source code in the description to this video. You can always get that from here. Once you are done with this, you do your escape column WQ. I'll just quit. I'm not saving. I already did that earlier. So I hit enter. So I created this file already. So I'm going to do Betty, then define name, which is this 0print_list.c, to check with Betty, so that when I'm compiling them, they are not going to give me problems. So Betty that. All right, so you see I'm compiling to ensure that the file there's no problem. It went well with Betty. Betty is smiling and happy at us right now. So once you are done with that, you go ahead to create the next one. Okay, so created that already. So this is the next one, one list underscore len.c. Control C, I'll copy that, I'll come back here, do vi, I'll paste that file name. Okay, so if I hit enter, it takes me here. These are the content I put into this file. Alright, so you go ahead and do same. Once you are done with that, you can do your escape colon WQ. I'm just going to use Q to quit. I hit enter. Once again, I do my Betty to ensure that my code is follow the Betty documentation and is Betty compliant. Alright, so I'll paste this here. Okay, Betty running a check. Alright, it did detect any error. Ensure that your codes are error free. Alright, for you to be able to compile later, which we will come to that later. Alright, so once you are done with that, you create the next one. This one, add note. Write a function that add a node at the end, at the beginning of a list underscore till list. Okay, so copy this file name, Control C, I'll come here, I'll paste, Control AV, I'll paste with my keyboard. Alright, so if I hit enter, it takes me here. Okay, so this is it, your header, your comment. Alright, syntax for C comment. This is your function, these are your arguments. Okay, these are your arguments. Then you have your list and you have your if while statement. At the end of the day, you return what? 10. Okay, so once you put in this content, like I said, the document will be left in the description to this video. Okay, I'll do escape colon WQ. I'm not saving, that is why you see me using colon Q. Alright, so hit enter, come in. So what the next thing we're going to do, can you guess, is to Betty, check for Betty. Okay, I'm going to check for Betty for this file. Paste. Just hold on. This is just giving me something I'm not supposed to have right now. Don't worry guys, let me just clear this. Thing just went haywire like they would say. Alright, we stopped somewhere. We are trying to do Betty for this file. So I copy that, I come here, I paste. Okay, Betty is running. Alright, see, it's correct. Betty did not detect any error. If there was error, it will show you the error message here. So the next one is to, since you have done Betty for this, we just go ahead to create this one. Add node at the end. Write a function that adds a new node at the end of the list underscore till list. So I'll come here, copy this file name. Okay, Control C, come back here, vi, I'll paste that, I'll paste that. Okay, if I hit enter, it takes me here. Alright, this file quite lengthy, not much though. You're including your standard input output header, standard library.h, spring.h, and our header file, which is the what? The list.h. These are your comments. You have your function names, some pointers we have used here. Alright, then these are your arguments. The argument, then your, you declared your this to be n function declaration, and you have null, and at the end of the day you returned head. Okay, once you are done, you include this code, you do your escape column WQ. I'll use Q to quit, I'm not saving. So hit enter. Once again, like you guess, I'll do Betty to ensure that this is Betty compliant. So when I'm compiling with GCC, it's not going to give me problems. All right, so again, I'll paste here define name, which is 3add underscore node underscore n.c. Okay, maybe I pasted bottom. Okay. Okay, let me just go ahead and get another one. Just disconnect from here to ensure it's connected. So I get another sandbox. Copy my SSH. Okay. Don't worry, I'll be back in just some few seconds. Okay. All right. So I'll close the other one. I will get a new one, please. Okay, I'll use this one. Alright, sorry about that distraction. Technically these things happen. So let me copy my SSH from here so that we can get back to what we are doing. Copy password, paste that in. Alright, so we're back. Going to do cd root, then this is my GitHub repo. I'll copy that cd into that repo. I'll paste that here. Alright, so let me expand that a little so they can see that. So after pasting that, the next thing I'm going to do is to go into a directory which we created here. So copy that, do cd, paste that again. Alright, so we are inside that. So we stopped here. I believe the third file, I believe. Alright. Okay, we have done that. So the next one is this. For free underscore list.c. So I'll copy this vi. I'll paste that in. Alright, so go ahead, you do this, put this into the content of this file. Alright, your header, your comment, and your function. Use a while loop. So put this into this file for free underscore list.c. Once you are done, you escape, column WQ to save and I'll just quit because I already saved that before now. So once you are done with that, once again you do Betty for this file. Betty, let me just type this in because sometimes this pasting really give us something .c. Alright, Betty define name.c to check if So you see, Betty did not return any error for this. Okay, so Betty did not return any error. Please ensure you check for with Betty. It's very important, so that when we are compiling this file, they won't give us any problem. So go ahead to create the next one, the hare and the tortoise. Write a function that prints you are the bit, and yet you that statement there. Okay, so this is the file name, 100 first.c, 100 first.c. So I'll copy that, vi, right? So I hit enter. So this is it. This is what they asked us to put here, and we're including our standard input output.h header. Alright, we are returning void. Okay, return void, the argument return void at the end of the day, and we are printing this, we are putting this. Okay, so once you are done with that, then you do your escape column WQ, or just quit with column Q. Alright, then you go ahead and do your Betty too. Please do your Betty for this file. Betty file name, you run that. Alright, I just need to meet up with time because there are other things I need to show you in this video. So once you are done with that, you do this too. You copy this file, Ctrl C, come here, you do VI, you paste that. Okay, alright, so hit enter. So you put, this is the content of this file. Like I said, I'll leave the document in the description to this video. That's wonderful, right? Alright, so you put this into this file. Once you are done with that, you can do your escape, then column WQ to save and quit. So I'll just quit. Alright, once again you do your Betty for this last file. Betty file name, you check for Betty. Alright, you check for Betty. Tough time, I might not do that right now. So once you have added all this file, once you've inputted all this file, what do you do next? Okay, you come here, let's scroll up. The next thing you are going to do right now is to come here. I believe you can see this 0 main.c, 0 main.c. You can see this 0 main.c. That's the net file you are going to create. If you create that file, you are going to compile that with what? You compile that with 0. Can you see this? You see main.c was compiled with 0 print underscore list.c to give us to output. This output in GCC. I believe you are familiar with GCC documentation and terms, to output into this file A. So if we compile main 0 main.c with the other one, is going to output us a new file called what? A, and that file will be compiled. That means it's going to be on green. All right, so let's do that. Okay, first you have to create this main.c file, this main.c. okay, this main.c. So what is going to be the content of your main.c? This should be the content of your main.c file, just the one here. Just hold on, let me see. All right, it will end here. You copy up to this point. This is the content of your main.c file. So I come here, main.c, vi main.c, created the main.c file right now. Okay, is 0, that's 0 main.c, main.c. all right, hit enter. All right, so these, if you look through, they are just exactly the same code. You see, this was put into here. So the content here is what is here. It's not, you are not going to do that yourself. Copy from here and put into the main.c. Once you are done, you can do your escape column WQ. I'll just quit since I'm not saving. So if you do that correctly, then you are going to compile this main.c with 0. So you are going to run this GCC code. Look at it here for 0 main.c, the first one. So you see, I'll copy this right now. Ctrl C. I'll come here, I'll paste. You see that? I'll paste. So if I hit enter, it's compiled. So if I list right now, you see, believe you can see this compiled file, which is A, this green file was created, was compiled and created. You see this output, this O is output. So we created this file from that compilation. All right, so that's what you do next. So the next one we are going to do is to compile the next one, create the next file and compile. The next one is this one main.c. all right, so you do vi one dash main.c. if you hit enter, again this is the content of your one dash main.c, which was put into here. This is the content up to this point, up to this closing curly braces. That's what you have here. So if you are done, if you put that, you paste it in here. Once you are done, you do your escape, column WQ. Just quit. All right, again you compile the next one. All right, so to compile the next one, you copy this GCC code and you are going to output it into a file called B. Okay, so this is it. You copy up to this point, Ctrl C, come here, you paste that GCC code. If I hit enter, all right, that means it's compiled. If I list, you see another file created, this compiled file called, you see that B. All right, the next one, I'll do that quickly, is 2 main.c. okay, 2 main.c. so vi 2 main.c. okay, once again this is the code, ladies and gentlemen. You put in this code here. This is it up to this point, to this closing curly braces. That's what you have here. You copy that and paste it into here. So once you are done, you do your escape, column WQ. I'll just quit, no saving again. So it will create that 2 main.c. Then again you run your GCC. You copy this GCC here, yes, copy, and it's going to create your last file called this is going to output all of this into this file called C. Look at it here, output dash O C. So I'll copy that, Ctrl C, I'll come here, I'll paste. So once I do that, once I paste that, click enter. So if I list again, you see another file will come up, which is what? This C file that has been compiled. All right, again you ask yourself, how did we get all of this? Before I continue, I'll quickly show you that. Just hope this video is not becoming too long. I'll quickly show you that, because we already compiled this 0 main.c. we will do the rest. Just hold on, let me show you this. After you compile, then you want to check the output of this main.c. I mean this O that you compile, this compiled file, this O here. How do you check? Let me clear the screen so that you will see what we are doing here. So how do you check that file? You simply enter this code, this line of code here. You can see that. So you come here, because you have compiled this, the first one, and it gave us a file called A, which is a an executable file. So you type that this code I showed you, ./a. It's going to give you the output here. Just watch this output here. It's going to show us that here. So if I click enter, you see, going to give us this output, exactly the same thing you have here. That means you are in order. If you check like that, it gives you that. That means you are in order. So let me see for the next one. We have compiled for this, right? We have gotten this file. We have compiled and gotten B. We have the file B. So let us run that if it will give us this as output. Okay, so I'll come here and run this like we just did for A. So don't worry, I'll finish up. Let me I just want to show you this so that you understand how this works. So if I do that and hit enter, you see exactly what you have here was displayed. All right, so that means we are in order. Even before we check our code, we know that we are following, we are doing the right thing. Again, if you do for this, I come here, I believe we've compiled for C. We have the file, the C file. So I do this C. You see, printed the names you have here, all of it, what you have here, that's what you see here. So that's just that. Once you do that, it means you are in order, you are doing the right thing. So the next one we want to compile now is this. Let me list to be sure about that. All right, we already compiled for, we already have C. So again, let me clear that. So the next one is to create this main.c file. So I'll copy that. I'll come back here. I'll do vi main.c. Alright, so if I hit enter, you see the content is exactly what is in here. This is the content of that file. Copy and put there. That is what is there up to this last closing curly braces. Alright, once you are done with that, you paste it here. If you are done, you do your escape column WQ. Just use Q to quit, no saving again. So once you have that, so let's try again for this. Okay, once you have that, you run your GCC. So I'll come here, you see the GCC for this theory. I'll copy it to give us, to create the file called what, D. Look at it here. Copy, I come back here, I'll paste that in. If I hit enter, it's going to create a file called D. If I list, you see that. So how do I know that that is there, that has been created already? Just by doing this, running this to print these names you have here. So if I do dot slash, just the same way you have there, this one, if I hit enter, you see it's going to print out what you have there. Just the same, exactly that. So that means you're in order. So the next one, we'll create this file for main.c. So I'll just copy that. Main.c. vi for main.c. So I hit enter. You see what is there? The content is here. Those codes are what you are given here. So you just pull this, copy this from here up to this point, this closing curly braces. Copy and put it there. That's what is there. So once you have done that, you can come back here to your save and quit. Save and quit column WQ. I'll just quit. Alright, so again we can do that. We can check the content by, So the next thing we do now is to run our GCC. So run our GCC for this, to create a file, to output a file into what? E. So it's going to output the that after compilation output into what? E. So copy that code, paste, enter. So if I list now, you see an executable file called E has been created. So that is how we create that. So I go down. Alright, so we also have another one to create here. This 100 main.c. So again I come back, vi 100 main.c, 100 main.c. Hit enter. This is the content of this file, just the one here. Look at it here, 100 main.c. This is it up to this point. You copy and paste it here. That you are given the code already. So escape, put it that escape column WQ, or just quit. So then you compile for 100 main.c by running this GCC to create a file called what? You can guess, first, output into first. So just copy that code, come here, paste that. So if I hit enter, so if I list, you're going to see that file first here. Look at it, the executable file that has been created. Let me clear, I believe that. From my type. Alright, so that have been created. So I believe that should be the last compilation we are going to do. So let's just check if the last one, let's check with what we have here. So if I type in this to kind of cut, more of cutting the file, first hit enter. So you see the content here is the same here. I believe you can see that. This is it. So that's the content you have here too. Alright, so that means you are doing the right thing, you are in order. So once you are done with that, that means you have created everything that is required in this project. We already created this one. Alright, so once you are done with that, you can go on and do your git add. You do your git add, you hit enter. Alright, do your git add, you hit enter. Do your git commit, because we want to push to the remote, to GitHub right now. M commit message, let's just say update. You hit enter. I've already done that, that's why I'm not hitting that again. So you hit enter, then you can do your what? Your git push. You hit enter. Once you hit enter, it's going to push the code to the remote repository. And once you have done that, you come back, guys, to check your code. Come back to check your code, and believe me, it's going to be all green. It's going to pass, all the checks will pass. So because I've shown you every step you need to take, Please, if this video helped you, comment, tell us in the comments. See, it's going to check for all of them. Alright, you see, the checks are all correct. So if this video helped you guys, please say that in the comment section. Tell us if you come across any challenge, equally say it in the comment section. Alright, so it's all checked correctly till the last of it. Alright, all checked. Alright, thank you so much for watching to this point. I'll see you in the next video.